Hey guys and gals, got another one for you today. Today I'm going to feature my Object 704 platooned up with Drewski, and it's going to be actually 2 games today. So we're on Pearl River. We are top dogs. We're 2 of 4 tier 9s on our team. And we're in encounter battle starting in the north. If I was in a fast tank, I'd try to get into like C2 area. If you can work the back side of the hill and on D2, C2, you can keep their stuff lit on the hill, and when they come down, a lot of the times your team will be on the 6 line and being able to give you cover fire. It is really risky, but it's very rewarding when it works. But we're not in a fast tank, so me and Drew decided we're going to go down the 0 line, and a lot of the times a counter position for the south will be to try to flank us in the middle on the 7 line. So to flank their flank, we get in the 0 line and work these ridges to try to get them as they cross the river. Do a little traffic jam here. And then as I'm cursing out this Primo Victoria, Cortana pops up, which stops my tank. I have to turn Cortana off. Love her. She's so helpful. Alright, so we got Indian Panzer with us. The Object 704 is not a tank destroyer that many people enjoy. I think a lot of people like the gun on it. I've never heard anyone really complain about that besides the accuracy maybe. But to me, this is a really sneaky tank. To me, it's a tier 9 SC-100, and I love the SC-100. So I, of course, love this tank as well. So we spot a Conqueror and an AMX M451. Got shot right into the Conqueror, hit his drive wheel, slap him down to nothing. Now there's a Proto back there. Just working this ridge line. Artie can definitely punish me here. Line up the Proto, bounce off of him. And I spot a Carnarvon on my left side, but he can't see me either. So I'm looking for some shots here. AMX is poking out. He backs up. Proto disappears. I don't want to push it too hard. If I get tracked up on this hill, it's going to be pretty painful. But Proto pulls out too far. I get him punished. I think since he wasn't lit, he thought he could come around that house, and unfortunately for him, the 704 was waiting for him to make a mistake. Alright, so you can see it's not much of a hill here, but it's enough to where I can cover my tank. And that's kind of, as you gain experience, there's these little undulations on the map where you learn. But I remember when I was a beginner, and there's no way I had the patience to just sit behind that ridge. I just felt like I was too exposed. So get my binos up, spot this Carnarvon, slap him for 762, hit his ammo rack. Drew bounces. Maybe Drew tracked him, one or the other. But 2 guys missed him. We couldn't get him killed, so I got to waste my shell on 22 hit points. Kill's a kill. Let's move on. Alright, so we're trying to make a plan of attack on how we're going to do this. They're really positioned well, and feel like we took too long to get that work done. So Drewski's going to go and flank these guys from behind, the Proto and the AMX. And I am going to kill this Jag real quick. And then I let him know that I'm going to work through the city. And as he cuts through the middle, we'll be able to pincer them pretty much on the cap. So we got a 6-6. Our team is together, so it's not too terrible. Looks like we're going to be able to do this. AMX kills the Remmental Borsig on our team. My Indian Panzer just takes a really lazy route, driving to the middle. I mean, I think he's probably hoping that he can get some spots, but he has no cover if he gets spotted there. He does sneak into the city just in time. There's a VK-45, I bounce his shell. And that's one of the things that's underrated about this tank is the armor on it. It just has these front angles and spaced armor on the cheeks that are just fantastic. Alright, so I can't really push in because this 45 is going to shoot me. And I don't need to just because my team is fine. Like, we're all good. Cap's not going. I can sit here. However, now my team's going to get picked off. Their Borsig kills are a meal. Our Indian Panzer drives in. He's fighting a T-10. I go to help him, and then that's when the 45 pops up. Get one right into the bottom of his tank for 750. And I'm going to use this building to cover me. And I'm not sure where their arty is, so I'm hoping that he's not in, like, B2. There's a little hill there that you can, or a little dip there that you can hide. So it's now turned into an 8v11. Or I guess alternatively it's like a 4v. Whatever. But I hit the IS, light him on fire, kill him. Drew shuts down their KV5. Now this T10's flanking me. And mistake for him, I don't know if he thinks just like I can't turn fast enough. But he pops right up, shoots the building, and I rip his head off. Good night. Maybe you should have pushed with your IS instead of trying to flank me, dude. And now that quickly has flipped right over. And now it's a 4v2. Alright, so I know where their VK is. He's right there. Kind of pokes his head. He's not sure if he wants to come out. And then he finally comes out. I finish him off. And right as I start to climb this, there's going to be a tree that knocks over. That's going to tell me that Artie's on his way over to me. Right there. And I'm expecting him to poke the ridge, but actually he comes down the hill. So once he pops out of that little dip, shut him down. And look at the medals that my general gets to pin on my chest here. High caliber, arsonist, demo expert, bruiser, ace tanker, brothers in arms, sniper, top gun. Let's see how the team did. Between me and Drew, threw down 9k, 10 kills. You're welcome, team. I mean, it was our game to carry in tier 9s. But, you know, it'd been nice if anyone else got to 2,000 damage. That's usually my goal in tier 8. Nonetheless, we pulled it off. And now we got to move to game 2. Unfortunately, I don't have the software to edit games together. So you're going to end up seeing the end game first. Maybe I'll just talk about it first, and then we'll go through. So then we pull into FIFO Ridge. And honest, this 704 is my first tier 9 tank, I believe. Maybe the E75 was. But this is one of the first tier 9 tanks I got. I'm real comfortable in it, what I can and can't do. When to move, how to get into position. Just one of those tanks where you just really fall in love with and you get really good at. So this one I pull a steel wall off. Like I said, the armor. Nothing like spectacular. I only blocked 1390, but end up doing 5 kills, 4,200 damage, 1,100 assisted. Get my mark up to 88. Alright, so a little bit about FIFO Ridge. We're going to spawn in the south. Naturally, tank destroyers should go to E8. But you definitely need a spotter. Sitting up in E8 doesn't win you the game in a tank destroyer. And a lot of times, 2 too many people just sit there until the end game and they don't help their team out. However, if you do have a lot of tanks on E8, a really good spot to be in is F6. There's like a little dip there where you can poke your head up and spot pretty much the whole middle and the river on the G line. And if you light everything, they should be able to take everything down. I posted a CDC match where I got an ace tanker, and that's pretty much what I did. Is started in H3, slowly fell back, and I had a ton of tank destroyers on the sniper hill that didn't participate until the end. But by not throwing my tank away, I got to sit in F6 and just keep their team lit, and my tank destroyers chewed them up, and we came back and won. It was pretty awesome. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen every single time you do that, but rather than just fighting the good fight, going down, swinging, you can fall back and utilize your team. Just good map awareness, knowing where your team is, though they don't set up perfectly. Falling back to make their guns get in the game is pretty important. Alright, so I don't want to kick down too many trees here, because if Artie's looking over here, I don't want to get shot. But we don't have enough tanks over on this left side here. I'll let Drew know that. But he's in his Conqueror, and he does exceptionally well in his Conqueror. So I'm just going to try to provide cover fire for my team. And they spot a T69 there. See if I can get an early shot in. They spot a 45 TP. Don't see anything popping up next to Drew yet. 45 TP gets drained by the Foch. Now we have a scout on the left. Alright, now I'm going to pop up, try to get this bat chat or the Patton, but they're not poked up, and when I poke up, I'm detected. So I need to fall back to the left a little bit. Something from the center is spotting me. It might be Artie, but I want to be in position to be able to cover Drewski. So get a shot on that bat chat, but Drewski lets me know that he's got it. Gonna kill him, so I don't want to waste my shell. Catch this Emil 2 creeping over, get a nice shot into him, and I'm gonna back up for a reload. Drew shuts down the Tiger P. Now I poke back up, bounce a shot, miss the Emil 2. You can see it's 4-1 right now. We've only lost one tank. But they have a lot of tanks in the south. Now they're just starting to fall in behind Drewski here. So I'm going to pull up. I'm going to get a shot into this E75. Unfortunately, I didn't notice the E75. He kind of snuck through the 4 line, or I wasn't paying attention. Talk about good map awareness, and then I let an E75 slip in behind Drew. He blamed me for letting him die. So I take the E75 down. He's still alive, but the Patton pushes in to finish him off. So I got a medium out wide, and then he gets killed. So I don't have a medium out wide. It's just me here. Shut down the Emil 2. This Centurion is really annoying. The only time he ever pulls out is when I'm not looking or I just shot. Every time I try to get a shot into him, he just hides behind his little undulation there. So if I want to minimize him, I have to go to the right side of this rock. Unfortunately, he's just a Centurion. He doesn't hurt that bad. So I pull over. I figure trading 700 to the E50 and taking 120 damage or whatever the heck that guy's doing to me isn't too bad. They lose 3 tanks all at once, and this is becoming a raffle stomp. I don't know if they should have just pushed this harder or what they did wrong here. They definitely let Drewski sit there, hull down too long, I think. The Carnarvon pulls up. I get a shot into his side, blow him away. Now this Patton's just had enough of me. I get a nice shot into his rib cage. Take 650. Like it's a pretty low roll for this gun. It's getting end game. He's getting desperate. Artie cans the E50 and he comes around, hits my track. I shut him down. And just this annoying little Centurion left. I'm hoping that I can take him. He tracks me. I get a nice kill shot into him. So I already went through my game, but I didn't look at the end game here. So we'll see what the rest of the team did, see how the Sniper Hill did. Drewski took second with 3K damage, 2 kills. And, you know, we had a Wizard 120 with 2,200, 3 kills. Stark with about 2K damage, and really not too much other participation. So wanted to feature those 2 games. We're pretty rare that you get a back-to-back ace tanker, especially in the same tank. But everything came together, and I got to feature the 704 pretty well there. So a lot of people use it as just a sniper, but the armor is good enough for you to be like second line support. That's really all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.